What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you'll see a Patreon account. If you click it, you can become a member. All you got to do is try, recommend movies and music and trailers me to react to, so click the link. Now, with that being said, we are here today to review Creed 3. This is the directorial debut of Michael B. Jordan, and this movie was also produced by Michael B. Jordan and also Ryan Coogler. And Ryan Coogler's brother got involved in the writing process in this movie. So let's go ahead and get into it. This movie is starring Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, Jonathan Majors, and Felicia Rashad, who we all know as Miss Huxtable. Anyway, so quick synopsis. Michael B. Jordan's character Adonis, his homeboy Dame got locked up when he was younger, when they were into some things. He comes back and he wants Adonis to get him a shot at the world title because he feels like his whole life was wasted away in jail, and he believes that, you know, Michael B. Jordan's character Adonis can give him that opportunity that he's always wanted. So Adonis is in a rock and a hard place, and he finds himself kind of moralistically fighting with himself to see whether he really owes his homeboy something or not, because, you know, he feels a little bit guilty about the past. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but let's just go ahead and talk about this movie. So, did I like this movie? Yeah, straight up, yeah, I really did enjoy it. I can say for a fact that this movie is, without a shadow of a doubt, better than the second one. It is not better than the first Creed movie, but it's definitely miles ahead better than the second one. I will say that Jonathan Majors' character, really interesting character. I like him. I liked him a lot. Dude got in really good shape in order to get in this movie. I mean, dude was stocky as hell. But I couldn't help but feel like he was inspired by Will Smith. He kept doing this facial expression that Will Smith does a lot when he's getting ready to cry.
Yes, sir.
Good. We couldn't be happier.
It never fails. Like, Will Smith does this really ugly face right before he's getting ready to cry. And Jonathan Majors was doing this whole damn movie. He kept making this really stupid face. And it's funny because my man looked like LeBron James or dude that used to be signed with the Blazers that never panned out. What was it, Greg Oden? He looks like Greg Oden or some shit. But anyway, moving on. I like this character. I like this character a lot in the movie. The problem was in this movie, the only problem I really have with this movie about his character is that they tried too hard to make him the villain. They didn't really need to make him a villain, and they didn't need to really paint him in that way. But at the same time, they just kind of went out of their way to make him the bad guy. And they didn't necessarily need to do that. Like, you didn't need to make him evil in order to make Michael B. Jordan's character Superman in order to fight the supervillain. Like, we didn't need that. You could have just kept it real simple. A man came out of prison. He has a little bit of hostility. He uses his homie, still has a little bit of hostility in his heart, feeling like his homeboy took his spot. And based off of that alone, you could have, and he used them, and Michael B. Jordan figures out that he uses them. And then we could have just left it at that. You didn't need all the little villainy. You didn't need the little part that I'm not going to mention what it is to kind of show that he's still just like this is just stupid. Because when you break down that scene to the nucleus, you really think about, yo, you really just got put away for a long amount of time, just do something stupid and almost get put back in the jail after you said that you really want this opportunity. Like, that, to me, that just screamed like plot hole completely. Like, I don't think, realistically, I don't think somebody that just put themselves in a winning situation would give themselves a way out that quickly. But then again, here we are 2023 and we have John Morant flashing guns online, but that's a conversation for another day. But anyway, outside of that, let's talk about Jordan Peele. Let's talk about Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. Now, I could have sworn he directed something else. I thought he directed that military movie that he had on Amazon, but I guess he didn't. Maybe his team was behind it, because I know he started a production company. So maybe that's what it was. But I could have sworn that he directed something else. But for this to be his directorial debut, This is an amazing start. Freaking Creed 3, big franchise already. It's coming off the backbone of another very popular franchise. So directorial debut, third film, great. On top of that, like just the visuals, the shots, and theatrics of it was really amazing. But I got to keep it a buck here. I know for a fact that Ryan Coogler helped him in some shape, form, or fashion with some of the things in this movie, especially that scene that happens in the third act. Seems very Black Pantherish, seemed really Ryan Coogler-ish. And you guys are going to know exactly what I'm talking about after you see the movie. That it's in the third act, it's in the boxing match, something happens, and that just screams Ryan Coogler. I don't see Michael B. Jordan saying like, "Hey, you know, it would be dope as hell if we do this," right? Although it was kind of random, and I can see how some people it might have took them out of the scene. I personally enjoyed that scene. He had a really different approach to the way that he filmed this movie. There even the boxing matches, the fighting matches, it really felt like kind of like a video game. I don't know if you guys ever played like Fight Night or anything like that. It really felt very Fight Night-ish. And the way that the camera panned around to the person, it was really cool. Like it I like the way that this movie was filmed from the entrances. And then let's go ahead and talk about it. My man really got the whole boxing industry involved in this movie, from freaking ring people to the announcers to the stitchman to the coaches to Canelo Alvarez and Canelo Alvarez's wife. He got dancing involved. He got Showtime involved. He had freaking Stephen A. Smith involved. He had a whole lot of people involved in this movie. And it was like, it really felt like at times you were watching like the sports channel. It felt like you were watching ESPN. He really captured the essence of a sport film, and kudos to him for doing that, because that was an amazing job. This movie felt big. It was big, and you know there was some big stakes in this movie. Like I said, the movie was filmed really well. It flowed very well. It was a good movie. Like overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this damn movie. Now, the only negatives I have about this movie is that Dame's character is supposed to be older than Adonis, right? And the reason why Dame's character doesn't get the, oh hell yeah, let's just try to train him up and da 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 da, is because his character is older, right? Dude just got out of jail. He spent most of his life behind bars. He's already past his prime and he wants to box. So a lot of people are just writing him off because he's old and he's barely starting a professional career. Get out of here, So that was held over his head. But then, like, we come to turn around and Michael B. Jordan's character, also gets criticized for being old. But it's like, how are you guys going to criticize Michael B. Jordan's character for being old when you're just talking about Dame's character and you're praising him as if like 2 months ago you weren't calling him old and decrepit? You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden you forgot about that and you're calling Michael B. Jordan's character old, even though he's about to fight somebody that's older than him. So I don't know. Like, to me, that just, it was kind of weird. Like that part right there just felt kind of weird. I felt like I felt like they really should have thought that out before they did it. But at the same time, Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors have really great chemistry. Really, really great chemistry. And it was really good to see them on the screen together. Both actors are very phenomenal. They take whatever they do very seriously. This movie felt, like I said, the movie was a good movie. Like, I'm taking away absolutely nothing from this movie. I would have really enjoyed to see a Stallone reference in this movie, a Stallone feature in this movie, but there weren't real features. There wasn't really much of a reference of Stallone. Like, they didn't even call him by name, really. Like, like it's sort of by name, like maybe like one time, but at the same time, Rocky's character is like damn near non-existent in this movie, and it feels kind of weird. It would have been really cool to have him kind of like come in, give a little bit of pep talk. Hey, yo, maybe you should just go with the left or something like that. Anything. Like, I kind of would have appreciated that a lot if they would have just kind of shoehorned him in the movie. But at the same time, it can become really repetitive where you're relying on Rocky to kind of come into this franchise to kind of save him. And I guess Michael B. Jordan wanted to make sure that he could do it on his own without piggybacking off of the star power of Stallone and this franchise. But again, great movie. The movie's filmed fantastic. The score is okay. I mean, I'm not gonna like I wasn't huge on the score. The score is okay. I mean, the music selection in the movie was like kind of meh. I really did dig again that scene in the third act, the boxing match that kind of comes like it's a very abstract way to look at it. It's a very abstract shot, very unique take. I liked it a lot, very metaphoric, but at the same time, the song that played there, tight. I like that. Like it worked, but it felt very Black Pantherish. I felt like I was watching Killmonger fight somebody that was trying to fight the throne or trying to get the throne, challenge him to the throne, challenge day or something. But again, very well done. Both actors were in tremendous shape. Like I said, the filming of the movie, fantastic. The camera shots and everything. The storyline was solid. It was okay. I did feel like it's a little bit predictable at times. You can definitely see the things that are coming, especially the shockers in the movie, the things that are supposed to shock you or throw you off. Very predictable, very telegraphed. You can see it coming from a mile away. If you go into this movie like expecting it to shock you, you're not going to get shocked unless you're just not paying attention to the storyline whatsoever. But they pretty much kind of telegraph everything that's happening in this movie. But again, it's not really taking much away from this movie. This movie is a freaking fantastic movie. It's fun to watch. I would recommend seeing it on a big, loud screen. Definitely a movie that you want to go to the movie theaters and see. So, let's go ahead and give this bad boy a grade. Here on the Cinema Chop Shop, we grade movies in 3 ways. Count them 3 ways. Either you get bodied and sent to the bowels of hell, and I tell you your movie is basura, homie, or I'll give you a big fat meh. Means your movie's más o menos, mediocre, so-so, mid-range, mid-grade, mid, all of that good shit. Or I'll tell you your movie's spared, and I'll tell you stop what you're doing right now. Go grab you a ticket. Hop on Fandango. Go grab you a ticket. Figure out a way to go watch this movie. And I'm going to have to spare this damn movie.
He ain't earned the death. He ain't earned the death at my hands. God's only man, spared by the butcher.
Yeah, you heard it, folks. I'm sparing this movie. This is an amazing film. Very well shot. Great directorial debut by Michael B. Jordan himself. Even though I know Ryan Coogler had his hands all over this movie, but that's just my opinion. The storyline was fairly done well. It was decent, kind of predictable at times. Music was okay. Wasn't like too great, but it was, it did what it needed to do. Both actors did a fantastic job. Supporting cast did a fantastic job. Lack of Rocky, get you a couple of negative points for that. Also, what you decided to do to Jonathan Majors' character, and you get a couple of negatives for that too. But overall, like I said, thoroughly enjoyed this movie. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So that's my grade. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys are on a magnificent day. Adios, homies.